Welcome back to Mokpo here in Korea. We are getting ready for our finals. These last 2 days have been building up towards this, and what an exciting semi-finals we had earlier on today. We now get ready to welcome those 16 athletes out into the field to try and take home a medal here in Mokpo 2013. We have only one athlete in the men's final that managed to top out in the semi-final, and that was Sean McCall of Canada. We have 3 tied second place positions featuring Jakob Schubert. We also have Domen Skofitz in there and also Ramon de Grange. All of those athletes in tied second place. In the women's then, on the other side of that, we have 2 tied first place positions, Kim Jae-in and Mina Markovic. No real surprise there as normal. They're also tied back into the qualification rounds, which means it could be about time in the women's final if both of the athletes manage to draw on their scores as we move forward. Also in the women's, we have Anak Verhoeven making her second final on the IFSC senior circuit, with a chance now to try and push again for the medals like she tried to do so in Perth. All that and more still yet to come. The big shocker for the semi-finals, Ramone. Unfortunately, ending up in 10th place, he will miss out on this final here in Mokpo. We're about to see who becomes our first, second and third place medalist at Mokpo 2013. Let's have a look at the start lists. And here they are then, our 8 athletes now making it through into the men's finals in reverse order from the lowest to qualify up to the highest. There's Sean McCall down at the bottom, the only male athlete to have topped out the route in the semi-finals. Jakob Schubert, Ramon de Grange, Domen Skofitz, all in tied second place. Sachiyama Min Hyun-bin in tied 5th place. Then Stefano Gazolfi 7th, Manu Roman in 8th. Those are our 8 male athletes here in the finals in Mokpo. Let's take a brief look at the women. In a few moments' time, we'll also take you to the bottom of the wall. You can have a look at who our finalists are. We're going to see them as they're discussing the routes here at the bottom of the wall, their observation time. Whilst that is happening, I will be chatting to our chief route setter, Vincent, who will be coming across in a few moments' time. Here are the women's finalists, our 8 athletes in reverse order again. Risa Ota, down at the bottom there, first to come out, Anak Verhoeven, Akio Noguchi, Magdalena Roek, Ellen Janiko, Momoka Oda, and our 2 tied first place positions, Kim Jae-in, Mina Markovic. Those are our athletes who have made it through into the finals here, our final 8. We're going to start to take you over now to the bottom of the wall where the athletes are being introduced. So there are your 16 athletes, 8 men, 8 women, now getting ready for the finals. Their observation time begins. And while it happens, we've come back away from that wall. You can see just there briefly the two sides of this wall. The far left pillar, the far right pillar are the ones that we're using for this. We use the central part of the wall for the semi-finals. We're now using the sides of the wall. The far right-hand side is the women's route, the far left-hand side is the men's route. And to talk us through what we are looking at here, we have Vincent, our chief route setter, sitting with me. Now, Vincent, are you prepared? Is it all looking good?
Yeah, I hope it will be good, yes.
So the women's over on the right-hand side then. Again, you said earlier there's an 8B for the women's semi-finals. We're going to step it up, change some things, a few surprises in this one. Lots of really nice volumes on this. Really interesting middle section here, and then the roof section looks fantastic as well. Talk us through what you've got in mind here.
For the women's route, this women's route, so now for the final it's a little bit more complicated because if you want to climb, it's very hard to rhythm your climbing. So you have more combination of technical and physical moves. That's for sure, that's final. So we need to do something very hard. But we want something possible for women and men. So it's like, for me, it's like a game. We want to set something possible, and we want for sure just one top. I hope. Maybe no tops, maybe 2. We will see after that the climbers decide of this.
And that's due to you obviously bearing in mind who we're looking at now, Kim Jae-in on the screen and also Mina Markovic. The two of them, they're tied all the way back to the qualification. So for this one, you've really stepped it up to the stage where you're hoping that there might not even be a top.
Yes, I think that they go to the top for semi-finals. Yes, exactly. So it's possible from Jane and Mina to go to the top of this route. Yes, it's possible, but like it's possible to make some mistake.
Just starting off on this one, the bottom part of the wall, we started with a very hard section for the women's earlier. It started quite tough for them. Is it the same thing here? Are we starting difficult? Where on this earlier section is it going to start to get really tough?
Yes, all the route is very difficult, but it's very different parts because for example, the first part, the beginning, it's more technical. Very technical. We have a last part with physical moves, lots of small roof, this long small roof, and just before the traverse. The long traverse is more physical, and after, just the last part is more technical and very resistant because it's very small holes. It's not like the traverse in the roof.
So you're going from technical start into this first midsection here, a little bit of a physical kind of first roof, into another more physical traverse over into this main roof section, and then technical again and resistance based for the top.
Yes, correct.
And grading wise, what would you go with on this one?
For men, the grade of women, it's around 8B+.
And you said roughly 52 moves in all?
Yes.
So only 3 or 4 moves more than the semi-finals then, but bearing in mind they've already climbed that one earlier today, guys. They've already done the 49 hold 8B route. This is a 52 hold 8B plus route. So they're already going to be a little bit tired from earlier today. Let's jump over now to the men's. We're seeing all these guys as they're discussing. They get their minutes of observation time to discuss with themselves. Going over to the men's, which you can just see on the far right-hand corner of your screen at the moment. Talk us through the men's route here. Any changes from the semi-finals? What are we looking at in terms of stylistically? Any differences?
Yes, it's different. It's like for women. The first part is a combination between physical and technical. Maybe more technical. The first part. The guys have a little traverse. It's not long like women, but it's a little traverse and go down a little bit. But this very physical move to go down. After just the last section, it's like move like in bouldering. For example, they need to use some different heel hook. So they have just slopers in hands and just small crimp sometimes, but they need to use a heel hook. So we will see that.
So we're thinking that they've got a more sort of bouldery section towards the top part of this wall, and they're going to be using these heel hooks to get themselves around the slopers towards the the upper section as they're approaching the top, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
So someone like Sean McCall and Jakob Schubert, the two people that are quite openly specialist in both boulder and lead, that should be, as long as they've got the endurance to get there, that should be more their style.
I think it's very, very complete because it's not easy to have. I don't think it's particularly just for one guy maybe, because you have different holds, different prehension, different moves. So you need to be good for sure in bouldering, to be good in the resistance. So it's very complex route.
So on this one, where do you think the first point that we could see some problems for our male athletes? Where do you think could be the first point where we're going to start to see maybe some falls or some really tricky points on this wall?
On the beginning of the first part, it's maybe the vertical, just the vertical part. It's where that we can see it's very, very small holes.
After the first roof?
Yes, exactly. Yes, you have one sloper on the right hand and very small cream for the left hand, and you need to grab another one cream for the right hand. And after the next roof, it's a little bit tricky because normally it's not possible to keep your feet on the wall.
The first vertical you're on about here, it's not possible to keep your feet on the wall, or after the next roof?
In the next roof.
So the next roof section, so from that first vertical after the first roof onto the next roof that we've got in here, they're going to have trouble keeping their feet on, and that could put a lot of pressure onto their shoulders and hands, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Okay, so we've seen some falls earlier today with that one as well. If you were to give a rough grading on this one, again around 52 holds you were saying, but grading for this?
Yes, around 52 moves, and the grade it's 80.
We have an 8C in the finals. That's the kind of thing we like to hear. We had the 8C plus earlier in Purs in the year. We're seeing this grading constantly step up into the really difficult standard now this year in the finals. Do you think that's something that you've seen yourself? The athletes getting a lot stronger in the past few years? The route setters having a tougher job, setting more difficult routes?
Sometimes it's more difficult for sure, but when we say 80, sometimes it's 80 plus or 80. So it's just maybe different route setters, different route settings, not the same grade for sure, but sometimes harder, yes, because the climbers are very, very, very strong. Sometimes they are maybe more tired when they have a lot of travel, for example. So we need to update this, and this one for me just 80.
And you think that's something we have seen over the past few years, the athletes getting a lot stronger?
Stronger, 80 plus, no more.
No, the athletes, the climbers themselves, you think they're getting stronger over the years?
For me, yes. Pachi?
Manu's in the background. Matthew's just sitting there nodding and nodding, going, yes!
Yes, for me, yes, like Pachi Uzubiaga.
But fine for you guys. So are you looking forward to this one? Any particular move that you liked setting the most on either of these two routes? The kind of moves that you think that's a really interesting point on these two walls?
Very interesting in this route for men. Maybe it's traversing the roof.
And on the women's, anything really that's going to stand out for you as being a really interesting point on the wall?
I think the same, just before the traverse maybe, just before the second roof, small roof, you see. It will be very interesting because they have just two volumes and there's no holes behind the volumes. So it's very tricky, and maybe it will be normally a big rest here.
And that's the hold there that was used during the men's semi-final earlier, wasn't it? The two that's got the red on the blue. That was the point that they were having to lever themselves into the corner. It was around there that we lost Romain.
Yes, but it's not the same exactly because we put another volume just behind.
And I can see you've moved it as well. It's not in the same place. I just meant it's the same volume. We've been able to just take that down a little bit more so they can use it in a different way, yeah?
Yes, exactly.
Vincent, thank you very much. I'm looking forward to this one. I'll speak to you later. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you.
So our chief route setter there, Vincent, taking us through what we have in store here. So for the men's, we're looking at an 8C. This is the rough competition grading that they give, by the way, guys. So it is always intended as an estimate. It's not an exact. And there is a big difference between competition climbing, as you probably all know yourselves, and then climbing out on rock. But the men's an 8C here from an estimate from our route setting team, and an 8B plus for the women's. We're seeing a really long route here, 52 moves roughly. Really nice section for both of these routes, where they move over into the center part of the wall on a traverse before then pushing up again for the top on the almost vertical section there. For the women's, that almost vertical section, a very tricky point, lots of crimps around that point there. But we're seeing the traverse being very physical for them before that point, and that could cause some issues as well. For the men's, it is that point as you're pushing up towards the top there, onto that vertical after the traverse, where there's 3 or 4 points you could have problems with, and also towards the start of the wall, just after the first roof section, onto the flat before the second roof, and moving into that second roof. That's where the male athletes are really going to have to start pulling up their game if they want to carry on with the route. Some really tricky points there with the feet coming off the wall, and we look forward to seeing how that's going to get on then. So from what you've seen so far, guys, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking about these ones? They look interesting enough? They're going to keep your attention held as we move through the finals? 16 athletes, 8 men, 8 women. Very shortly we'll get things underway with the first of those, which will be our female athletes first, ladies first. And we'll be bringing out Risa Ota. Well, here she is, our very first athlete coming out now. Risa Ota from Japan comes out to start on the women's route, which is the green route here on the right hand side of the wall. 8 minutes they are allowed for these problems, I'm in boulder mode still, for these routes, to try and get themselves a top here. Risa Ota earlier today making it through into the finals here. Score in the qualifying rounds was 2 tops, and then in the semi-finals earlier today, a 44 saw her through to where she is now. A large round of applause from the crowd. The DJ is going to find us some music to climb with. Here we are, Risa Ota for Japan, 20 years old, world ranked 22nd. This is a big deal for her as well. Her first major finals on a senior circuit with the IFSC. She was in the World Youth Championships in Singapore 2012, where she made it through into the female juniors lead final there, came 5th overall. But this is the first time that she's been at a lead senior event and pushed up to this standard now. So this is going to be a big deal for her. Obviously a lot of nerves going around as she starts off here. 35th at the bouldering in Munich this year. This is the senior circuit as well, 2013. Came 13th at Briançon, so starting to approach that finalist position, but she's managed to slip through here. We hope we have a good climb for her. So she's just starting off here on the green route. A women's lead final here, Mokpo 2013. Welcome if you're joining us. If you want to get in touch, you know where to go. The hashtag's in the bottom right-hand corner. You can use it on Twitter. Talk to us. Let us know where you're from, where you're watching from, and who you're rooting for as we start our final here. Risa already shaking out an arm there. Nerves are going to play a big part for her on this one. 2 young female athletes that have just started to push into the senior finals. Anak Verhoeven will be climbing after her. Her first finals in Purs earlier this year. This is her second now for Anak. Risa taking her time here. 8 minutes allowed on the clocks. She's already approaching the 6 minutes left now, so she's used 2 minutes getting to here. And at present, she's only on the 15th and 16th hold. Matching on this gives you 16. This is out of 52. She's already used 2 minutes here. This is one of the things that experience gives you as a lead climber, knowing when to stop, when to pace yourself, and how to be aware of that time limit. We've even seen some of our most senior female athletes, the ones that are really high ranked in the world rankings, being called down for timing out during finals before, and that's with 8 minutes to climb compared to the 6 that they've been climbing with in qualification stages. We saw Kim Dae-in called down for time at Imst this year. That point where she looked like she just didn't want to get down from the wall. Very comfortable, maybe 4 or 5 moves away from the top. She timed out and had to come down. Arisa Ota, at the moment the big thing for her is going to be her time limit. Into the 4-minute bracket now. Long way left to go. This is the physical roof section here after a technical beginning. These next couple of moves are big ones. That's the 31st hold she's on to now, so this is looking a little bit better. Time limit wise, 3 minutes 40 left on the clock. Nice and quick over that section there. She's going to approach the second roof in a moment, and then this traverse is where it's going to be quite tricky as well. There's a lot of holds around there. A little bit of a technical section as well before you're pushing into just pure resistance as you're approaching the top, with a bit of a technical finish as well. 52 moves, an 8B plus. Risa Ota now for Japan, 20-year-old female athlete. Round about the halfway point on this wall. About to hit the second roof now. Have to switch your feet across in a moment. Two minutes 20 left on the clock. That's the 38th hold that she's got a hand onto there. Up to the 40th now. 39th and 40th. Change actually here. We have 64 holds all in all. I don't know what Vincent was saying, around 52 moves earlier. There are 64 holds all in all. She's currently on the 40th at the moment, so another 24 holds left to go. She has 1 minute 20 left still on the clock. This is another big push now for this next move. And to start moving into the traverse, this cross onto the main wall in a moment. Could be a big one. The crowd are behind her still though.
That was a big reach there. You could see as she went to go out to that next hold, that was the 45th that she was going for. That gives her a score of 44 plus. So we welcome our first male athlete now. We had our first glimpse at the female route. We now go to have our first glimpse at the male route with Manu Roman coming out to start his climb with his 8 minutes. Now she was pushing the boundaries of a time limit there as well. She still had 24 moves left to go. She was into a minute left of 8 minutes, so she used 7 minutes getting there. And as I mentioned earlier as well, with our tied first place position athletes moving into this final, Kim Jae-in, Mina Markovic, all with tops from qualifications through to semi-finals up to now. They topped every route so far, with the two of them having tied tops all the way through. It is going to be about time for those two athletes. They are going to have to be very aware of their time limits. The kind of athletes that we expect to top in the finals. Manuel Roman now then for France. Okay, so the men's an 8C level of difficulty. And for this one, we are looking at 51 holds. All in all, 8C level of difficulty, and this is Mano now starting to move on to the first section that Vincent said could be a problem. This is the vertical after the first roof. This vertical section onto the second roof as well. Could be the first main problem for these male athletes. At this point, it's hard to keep your feet on to give you the extra support. Managing at the moment, using those core muscles that he damaged in 2012. Had to take most of the season out. Tearing a muscle in his stomach. Managing to maneuver that fairly well. He's got now another big push up from here though. He's got to get that other foot up. Big pinch up ahead of him. Onto another big pinch as well. Before he heads into the traverse and then across the main roof section before pushing up onto the final part of the wall. So he's matching now on this big pinch, getting that left hand up so we can take the right off and pop up again. There you are, 2 pinches now. Crossing again here with the left. And now we move on to the traverse section. He's currently sitting on the 36th hold. Moving down from that one now. Using that ball of bubbles as a foothold just below him now. Getting a heel in there as well. Both heel hooks. Now as he moves into this traverse, he's got some footholds on the blue just below him there. You can see he can walk across on those. Bit of a shake going on at the moment. There it is. Unfortunately costing him it there as he was reaching up to the 44th hold. So for the men's so far, it is 44 that's holding our cutoff point. For the women's, it was that cross move around about the same mark. It was moving over to the 45th hold. So I believe for the women's, around a 44 plus, didn't quite get the hand onto the 45th. We now go back over onto the women's again. Anak Verhoeven. Now here to take a run at this one, see how she gets on. I know there's a very, very anxious man back in Belgium right now. Shout out to Wim. Anak, only 17 years old. She still competes regularly at the European Youth Cups, the comps around Europe, and also the World Youth Championships. She took the silver medal at the World Youth Championships this year. She did the same thing back in Singapore the year before that. Silver medal again, just missing out on the final. The gold medal every time. Keeps happening to her. She managed to take a gold medal just recently at Stavanger, Norway this year. That was at a European Youth Cup. Also gold medals at Voiron, European Youth Cup there in the female Youth A lead, at Moscow and at Edinburgh in 2012. Another one back in the female Youth B lead at Cran in 2011. And worth reminding you guys of as well, she only missed out on the gold medal at the World Youth Championships this year, missing out to Jessica Pills based on countback. They performed as well as each other in the finals, both hit the same point on the wall, came down at the same point, and it was countback that lost it for her there. Made her first senior final earlier this year at Purs and took 6th place in that final. Here she is in her second final. Now again, you can see that she's shaking out relatively early on here. It's what we saw from Risa Ota a few moments ago, but the difference here is that she has 6 minutes left on the clock and she's already starting to push into the roof section. She's not spending quite as long as Risa Ota. Sitting around, it's making that slow and steady progress. Now let's just hope that she doesn't get too pumped by it, because this route switches very quickly and does combine in parts a technical and powerful style. So she's got to read it in the right way, maybe use some tricky positioning, tricky moves, but at the same time they're quite powerful moves as well. So she is going to have to try and pace herself whilst at the same time being very aware of the time. There's a lot going through her mind right now. All of these athletes have to be so mentally prepared for this challenge, not only just physically. Taking a moment to shake out here again. Checking her watch, there you can see. She's aware of the time. That is the 33rd hold she's just taken there with the left hand. Got a clip in here. Bit of a tentative position to be in here. Needs to find a better hold for that clip. A little bit risky using her mouth here to try and grab onto the clip while she reaches down for the rope. Problem is there really wasn't much of anything there for her to take, and the athletes aren't allowed to have their entire body move past the lowest clip that they've last clipped in on. Well, here you can see this is the rest of the route that she has in front of her, and there's where the gold medalist is at the moment, Risa Ota. On that crossover from 44 into 45, there's where Anak is on the wall, so you can see how the route drops down into that traverse section, then back up again on the flat in the middle. We're looking to see that a little bit later on. A total of 64 holds on this one, 64 holds. Anak Verhoeven at this point on the 36th. She's just taken now before approaching the second roof. This is 39th and 40th now. Only 4 moves away from making this crossover onto the main part of the roof. Anak moving up again here now. 43rd hold, 44th. Slow and steady, securing there the 45th. Big move, there you can see the flexibility, and it's deserving her a round of applause from the crowd. Switching back the other way, trying to rest a little bit here. 17 years old, Anak Verhoeven, pushing ahead of Risa Ota in the final here. Really trying to shake out and rest for a moment. One minute 50 left on the clock here. It's enough time. Nearly 2 minutes. Got to drop down a little bit on the 46th hold. At present, she's just dropped down onto that one now. This traverse should be interesting. See, getting into a bit of a techie section here. As to how you get around this one. Down again. Right hand on the 48th hold at the moment. That was a little bit risky there for her. Switching and going for a different one. Changing her mind, coming back a little bit here. She's got to be careful she doesn't spend too much time around here now. Start overthinking this. Big reach there for her, but she's down and onto it. Got to get that foot in somewhere. Managing it. Up now to the 54th hold there. She's bypassed a little bit there. Had a hand popping up to the 56th there. I reckon that's going to give her around a 55 plus. Definite new high point though for us. Anak Verhoeven, 17 years old from Belgium. New high point on the female route, around 55. Plus Very nicely done there by Anak. We now move back over onto the men's wall then. Stefano Ghisolfi from Italy, qualifying in 7th place from earlier in the semi-finals. Stefano now about to get started here. So Stefano about to start off for us then. How's everybody doing? We've seen Risa come out, set the bar on the women's. Then we went over onto the men's for Manu, who's put the cut-off point so far at around the 44th rather hold. About to see whether Stefano Ghisolfi can top that now for us. Stefano then, starting off. Interesting fun fact for you. Considering the fact that Anak Verhoeven is only 17 years old, one of the youngest athletes in the entire competition, let alone the final. Interestingly enough, her name means child. Anak, the word. Ghisolfi's still okay at the moment. He's about to hit this first tricky point according to Vincent, this flat section into the second roof. He's on the first roof at the moment. From Torino, 20 years old, 6th at the Lead World Cup in Briançon this year, 3rd at the Men's Junior Lead European Youth Championship in Gemozat 2012, 3rd at Zinning in 2012 as well. That's the last time he won a IFSC Senior World Cup medal. World ranked 11th, Stefano. This is the second roof section now. And this is the point that we saw Manu playing around with a little bit earlier. This transition onto the third flatter section of the wall. This collection of red volumes here, bending round to the right as just before he starts to move into the traverse. Got a bit of strap in there, you can see, on his left leg, just creeping out of his shorts. I'm not entirely sure I want to know what's strapped up those shorts right now. That's a pretty high strap. Up to the first pinch. That took Manu quite a bit of time to work up the courage to get that second hand up onto that first pinch. They're matching there and then going up again with the right. Not so here for Stefano. Manu did have a bit of a tricky moment here, this move across. I think it was more the fact that he got his feet tangled with the previous clip than anything. Stefano walking over it there a little bit, using a bit of a lean out to that pinch there. Incredible flexibility as he's dropping down here. Two minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here for Stefano, starting to move over to the next side. Approaching Manu's point of 44. This is 41 he's got there with the left hand. Reaching across to the next one, 42, and unfortunately that has cost him the climb. 42, the 42nd hold there. So Manu still holds the high point at the moment, 44. And next athlete out then, Akio Noguchi for Japan. This route could suit her, mix between physical and technical. It's exactly the kind of style we see from bouldering. Akio Noguchi, earlier score of 48 plus, put her in tied 6th place, qualifying for the finals with Anak Verhoeven. Two tops as well, if we count back to the qualifying rounds, so exactly the same score as Anak Verhoeven so far in this competition. Can she best the 55 plus that Anak has scored? 24 years old, Akio. Many of her best results, in fact most of her best results, all from the bouldering. Second place at Vale this year, second place at Toronto this year, third place at Innsbruck, fourth place at Lagdragamer, second at Kitzbühel again, third at Mjøl, fourth at Chongqing. That's for just this year alone, the entire bouldering season. Incredible performance. Took overall second place on the World Cup rankings this year for bouldering. Also had a fifth place just recently in Purs, making the final there in the lead category as well. Multidiscipline climber here, Kyo Noguchi. So just to recap what we heard from Vincent earlier on today, then, of 8B plus difficulty on this, the women's route. There are a total of 64 holds on this route. We're looking at a complicated mix between physical and technical moves. Beginning section's technical. First roof moves into a physical. More physical on the traverse, which he's going to start moving into in a little while. And the last section of this wall, the last flat, is a technical and resistance-based sequence. 8B plus, 64 moves. Currently, Akio Noguchi fighting her way up to the 40th hold here. There you can see where our previous athletes have reached. A 44 plus for Risa Ota, a 55 plus for Anak Verhoeven. Akio really taking her time to rest here around the 40th hold. She's got 2 minutes 23 seconds left on the clock. Doesn't seem comfortable there at all. Took a little while figuring out what she was doing. Now with the heel hook. Up again. This next move was the one that cost Risa Ota, her teammate. Kyo manages it. Over onto the 45th then now. Went down to 46 but didn't quite get there. But she got her hand on the 45th. This is looking good for Anak Verhoeven. Guaranteed at least 6th place now. Kyo currently sitting in 7th. If you look at where they're actually currently sitting, that's Kyo currently in the silver medal position, but we've got a lot more still to come, guys. And we still haven't seen the upper section of this wall. That's a shame there for Kyo. She's not going to be too happy with that one. We now jump over to the men's wall yet again. Get started with our next athlete, Min Hyun-bin from Korea, our last year's winner here in Mokpo, looking at a chance to keep hold of that title, the gold medal from last year. 24 years old from Seoul, world ranked 4th, World Cup ranked 4th so far this year. Third place in Perm just recently, took the bronze medal there. 8th at Purs, 4th at Imst. Also a bronze medal at the men's bouldering Asian Continental Championships in Tehran this year, earlier on. Was in the finals at the World Championships in Paris last year, ended up in 8th place. But the last gold medal, and until recently one of his only podium positions on the IFSC, until Perm just recently. That last gold medal was right here in Mokpo last year. The crowd are going to be right behind him now as he starts this climb. High point on the men, still resting with Manuel Roman with a 44. Looking very confident at the moment. Quick swing across. He's about to hit the first tough section on the wall. Trying to control his breathing there as he goes up to the next one. He's got to watch that he doesn't get pumped as well. 6 minutes left on the clock for Min Hyun-bin of Korea. This is the first tough section then. Latter part of this flat after this pinch. Into a crimp. And now into this power section as he pushes through the second roof. Hannah Wernch, who's still awake despite being awoken rudely for some Latin homework at 4 o'clock in the morning her time. So she saw the semi-finals earlier. Hannah shouting, "Go on, Hyun-bin." Thanks for being with us, Hannah. If you are joining us from anywhere around the world, let us know where you're joining us from. You can do so by using the hashtag in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Ooh, now we have a problem here. And Min's managed to reach back and get it. That should be okay, but thankfully he managed to spot that there as he reached up for the next clip. He lost a clip there, he dropped one. And he has climbed past that clip at that point. Should be okay at the moment, I think. No one's calling him down. Well, that could have been such a shame later on as well if he hadn't properly clipped that and it was going to pop out. Should be thankful that it happened there. So, moving on to the traverse section now. Currently with a hand on the 37th hold, reaching down now for 38. Number 44 is at present the gold medal position. Manuel Ramon. A lot of tension here at the venue as he starts to move towards it. That's 43. That is 44. This next move is all important. Yep, up to the 45th. And the 46th. This is looking good for Min Hyun-bin. Oh, just slipping on the next one. Possibly just rushed a little bit on that next move. Maybe a little bit too quick as he went for that next one. But fantastic there as we see Min Hyun-bin ending up now with a 46 plus, the new high point. Very nicely done. Definitely looked like he didn't quite expect that one. Hannah just saying, Min looking so solid. A wave to the crowd now that he's back down on the ground. Min seems to be another one that's really stepped up his game so far this year. Consistently solid as an athlete. Seeing him making these finals, fortunately that little bit of a slip there has cost him the top because he looked like he was strong enough and looking confident enough to have pushed for that top there. We now move over to Magdalena Roak, one of our other very young female athletes. (19 years old, world ranked 6th at the moment, World Cup ranked 5th so far this year. She took the silver medal in Perm just recently. She took 5th place at IMCHT this year as well on the senior World Cups. And then just to give you some perspective, she also, in between taking the 5th place, so making the finals in IMCHT on the senior this year, in between that and taking the silver medal in Perm, she went over to Canada to take part in the World Youth Championships, where she picked up the title again, because it's not the first time that she's been world champion. Also took the European Championships this year. That's the European Youth Championships, by the way, guys. So you're looking at a multiple-time European and World Youth Champion, now already with a huge name for herself on the senior circuit at just 19 years old, much like Momoka Oda. Now this could be a real threat to Anak Verhoeven as well, who's currently sitting pretty with her 55 plus. First roof section here for Magdalena. And this flat that's coming after it, this vertical just after this point, it's quite a technical section. Nicely managed there. She's just about to start pushing it towards the 40th hold, where we've seen quite a few of our athletes taking a rest here. Just to give you a perspective of her top 12 best results on the IFSC's website, 8 of them are gold medals. Those are predominantly on the European Youth Cup circuit, the World Youth Championships, and also the European Youth Championships. Yet to take home a gold on the IFSC Senior circuit, which is something that one of our next athletes is going to be coming out a little while after her, Ellen Janiko, another similar youth athlete. And she's already had her gold on the senior level. We've still got her to challenge a little bit later on as well. Currently with Magdalena Roek from Austria, from Landeck. Also taking her rest around the 40th hold here. 3 minutes 50 roughly left here. That's the 44th now with the right hand. With the left. And falling unbelievably right there. This is where, I know I keep going on about it, but I know already that Anak is going to be biting her nails now, because this is one after another that hasn't managed to get to the point that she has set, the 55 plus. Magdalena Roek was definitely one I would have expected to see right up to the top there. As I said at the beginning, Magdalena should have been a major threat to Anak in this competition, and it looks like that transfer from 44 to 45 and then dropping down into the traverse section in the route is being a really tricky point on the wall for these guys during the route. We're losing quite a few female athletes around there now as well. We move over to Sachiyama of Japan. Sachi coming into this competition, the finals, tied in 5th place with Min Hyun-bin after the qualies and the semis. He's currently world ranked 3rd. He won the overall World Cup rankings in 2012, ended up in 1st place there. He's World Cup ranked 3rd at the moment, world ranked 3rd. Came 2nd at Puers this year. 6th at the men's bouldering at the World Cup in Munich, the end of our bouldering season. 1st at Imst in Austria this year. 2nd at Briançon this year. Sachi now starts his climb. 24 years old from Tochigi. Currently living in Utsunomiya-shi, if anyone is joining us from Japan. Give us a shout out for Sachi now. A couple of cries of Gamba, can't go amiss on the Twitter. Nice to see the differences in style as well with a lot of the male athletes that are moving forward into our final. Jakob Schubert, Sean McCall compared to other athletes at Sachiyama. Another difference as well when you take other athletes like Manu Roman and Domen Skofic into the equation as well. You also have Romain de Grange. Still yet to come. After Sachi, we have these 3 tied 1st place positions. They are, 3 tied 2nd place positions just before Sean McCall in the men's. 3 tied 2nd place athletes with 2 tops in the qualifications and all 3 of them with a 47 plus in the semi-finals. They are Domen Skofitz, Jakob Schubert and Romain de Grange. Sachi now though moving up and over this first tricky point on the wall as he approaches the traverse now. Incredible effort for Sachiyama here. As we move back over onto the female wall, and Hélène Janicot comes out. The lady I was talking about a few moments ago, with that goal from Briançon on the senior circuit already this year, with a couple of bronze medals as well, one at the European Championships and another at Briançon again. She now comes out to start here her route. So at the moment we have Sachiyama and Min Hyun-bin in tied first place with that 46 plus over on the men's. Now that will go to time at the moment then to split those two athletes, as they are tied all the way back on countback as well. They both have tops at the qualification stages. They both have 46 plus at the semi-finals, and they both have 46 plus on the final as well. Just to keep us all really confused for a moment. That's going to come down to time then between those two athletes, as it might as well with our three tied second place position athletes. And maybe it'll come down to Sean McCall, the only athlete to have topped in the men's in the semi-finals, to secure a gold without us going back into countback, because it could happen in the women's as well between Mina Markovic and Kim Jae-in. It could go to time there also. Well, at the moment, Min Hyun-bin has come away from the leader's chair and Sachiyama has sat down. I'm going to get the time checked in a moment, just check which of them is in the current first place position. For now, we'll focus our attention onto Hélène Janicot. 19 years old. World ranked 4th, World Cup ranked 4th so far for this year. 5th at the World Cup in Perm, 7th at Purs, 4th at Imst, 3rd at Briançon, 3rd at Chamonix for the European Championships. That's just from this year alone, making finals frequently now and starting to take frequent medals also. Five minutes 15 left on Ellen's clock here. And you can see watching on from the ground Stefano Ghisolfi, that was, I believe, Urban Primozic sitting next to him. Four minutes, 36 seconds left for Ellen. Doing fine at the moment, pacing herself. Starting to approach that halfway point now. Now moving past it, 38th hold just taken. With the left up to the 40th. Now this is where our athletes get a bit of a rest, or the opportunity to take a rest here. And Ellen is taking advantage of it as well. Bit of a shakeout here before she pushes up again. Now, is she going to run into tricky difficulties when she goes over for this cross, or is she going to be able to manage it as she moves into the traverse section? Up now, that's the 43rd, 44th hold. 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. This is the important move now, the one that cost a couple of our athletes earlier on. Same positioning as we saw from Anak Verhoeven to take a moment there. And Anak did the exact same thing, switching the legs, stretching them a little bit, having a bit of a rest here before moving down. Seeing the same thing from Ellen. This is fine at the moment. Didn't look too sure of herself as she went down there then, but she's okay. She's managed to get past it at the moment. Down now. Into the traverse properly. That's the 52nd hold she's got there. She's actually just moved down a little bit back to the 51st. 52nd is the green on the pentagram shaped hold just above her. That's 54, 55, and a 55 plus, I don't believe it. Exactly the same, another tied position here. But if we go back into the countbacks, the difference here, it's going to knock Anak down from that gold medal spot, with them both being tied on 55 plus, is Ellen's count back to the semi-finals. That's the only difference that's between them at the moment. They both have two tops in the qualification rounds, but we have Anak Verhoeven with a 48 plus in the semi-finals, Ellen Janiko with a 50 plus in the semi-finals, which puts Ellen on that gold place position at the moment with her 55 plus. Good performance there. Now then, over onto another young athlete that started to make frequent finals this year, Domen Škofic. Young athlete from Slovenia. Shout out to Graham, who's joining us, Mr. Graham Alderson, IFSC technical connoisseur. Saying good morning to everyone from here. Looks like England is just about waking up. Domen Škofic then on the wall now, just starting out for us. Made his first real shocking entry into the finals last year in Atlanta. Big surprise for them. I know he has a huge fan base over in Canada. Due to Atlanta 2012, 19 years old, Domen, from Ljubljana in Slovenia. World ranked 10th already, 9th on the World Cup ranking so far this year. 4th place at Briançon. Gold medals at the Male Juniors Boulder European Youth Championships in Grindelwald. So he's a male junior European Youth Champion in bouldering. After Grindelwald in Switzerland this year. First place at the Male Juniors Lead European Youth Cup in Kran 2012. He's also a European Youth Champion in lead from 2012 as well at Zhemazak in the Male Juniors category. I could go on, there are other things that he's done as well. Very close in Singapore, silver medal there at the World Youth Championships 2012. And came 3rd at the World Youth Championships this year in Central Saanich. Canada, the Male Juniors Lead category. Dmitry Fakiryanov of Russia just dominated that competition. Tough section here now for Domen. So at the current moment in time, it's looking like Sachi Ama and Ellen Janiko are our 2 gold medalists at this position in the competition. Plenty more athletes yet to come though. Domen now approaching the traverse. Sheila getting in touch on Twitter saying that's a guaranteed podium for Ellen, just 2 climbers to go. No, it's not, Sheila. We've got Momoka Oda still yet to come, as well as Kim Jae-in and Mina Markovic. It's not guaranteed yet. But she's looking pretty good at the moment. We've still got 3 female athletes yet to come. I know you get excited when it comes to the French, Sheila. Domen over the traverse then. Now he had that mistake, that slip up with the heel hook in Perm just recently that he was beating himself up for. This young athlete, 19 years old, has made every single final so far this year on the IFSC senior circuit. This is an interesting, that was a risky move there for him, that he didn't take the pinch properly. He did what the Brits would call a guppy over the top of that there before coming down a little bit to take the pinch in the centre. He used the right hand on the top, and on that incline that he's on at the moment, that was a bit of a risky drop down move for him. Interesting to see a different beater there. There you are, he's guppying with it now as well. He obviously feels comfortable getting that right hand there. Over to the right. Currently on the 41st hold. 42nd. 46 plus the current high point. 43rd, Domen. Looking a little bit unsure at the moment. It looks like he's going to go for either a pop. Yeah, he knew he was going to go there. He didn't feel comfortable at all. You could see a little bit of hesitancy in that last moment. Wasn't sure what to do with his feet. Looking at the next clip and decided to go for it, but unfortunately a little bit short there of where our podium's looking at the moment. So still Sachi, still Hélène. We move back over onto the women's wall and welcome Momoka Oda from Japan to come out and show us how it's done. We want to see some good tops here on the rest of this competition. Momoka Oda now 50 plus in the semi-finals earlier today. 2 tops at the qualification stage, which puts her tied with Hélène Janiko going into the finals. After her, we still have Mina Markovic and Kim Jae-in left to climb. After Domen now, still a couple more male athletes left to come out as well. Jakob Schubert, Ramon de Grange and Sean McCall still yet to come out. But we start with Momoka, previous World Youth Champion. After her performance in Singapore, where she was unstoppable, definite head and shoulders above the entire of the rest of the competition there. And that's not an offence to anyone that was at Singapore 2012, because you were all amazing. But you'll probably agree with me with the fact that Momoka just seemed to walk her way through to the final. Singapore 2012. Took the gold medal on her last World Youth Championship, the Female Juniors League category, Singapore 2012. And has since been pretty much doing the same thing when she's come over into the senior category as well. She's world ranked 5th at the moment on senior level. She's 19 years old. She is 3rd at the moment on the World Cup circuit for this year, 2013. Bronze medal at Perm just recently. Bronze medal at Purs just recently. Silver medal at Imst just recently. And that's after she's been making it through into a majority of the bouldering finals this year as well. 5th place at both Toronto and Innsbruck. And a silver medal at Chongqing at the very start of the year over in China. Momoka Oda from Yamaguchi, 19 years old, world ranked 5th. Now on the women's final. Sheila saying, how could I forget Momoka? I need more coffee. Sorry, folks. Yeah, Sophie's never going to forgive you, Sheila. A shout out to Mr. John Ellison as well, who's just joining us, the founding father of Climbers Against Cancer. I know you all know if you've been here regularly, but if you don't, just to give you a heads up to anybody that might be new to this sport and hasn't heard of this fantastic cause yet, get yourself onto climbersagainstcancer.org. You've seen these CAC t-shirts wandering around at plenty of different World Cups this year. You'll be wondering what it's all about. All set up by Mr. John Ellison, who's joining us now. Good morning to him, who's just waking up over in Blighty. Get yourself onto climersagainstcancer.org. John started this this charity that is backed now by the IFSC all the way back in February of this year, and he's already raised over £100,000 for charity so far for the Climbers Against Cancer charity. He's sending all of that money direct to the research facilities as well. So once again, that website, climersagainstcancer.org. Buy yourself a t-shirt on there and get on board. Moka up here on the 40th hold. About to get that clip in, and then I think she'll take a rest here for a moment. Yeah, a bit of a stretch. Taking a while to rest here. She's got 3 minutes 15 left on the clock. Big move there, but she seemed confident enough to just go for it into this stretch position. There was a little bit of a shake on her right leg there, and she has taken it off very quickly now. Just started to shudder a tiny amount. You can just about see it. She's come across. Starting to drop down now as well. A bit further down, dropping onto the 51st hold now. That's the 52nd she's just taken there. 54th just up ahead of her, the lighter green one. That's 54 she's just got with that hand. Straight up to 56. Up again now to 57. 58, new high point for us. Momoka Oda of Japan, 59. Falling at 59, but a fantastic performance there. Momoka Oda of Japan now pushes Ellen Janiko out of the way as she storms forward to take the present gold medal standing position, with two more female athletes yet to come, Kim Jae-in and Mina Markovic. Over then to our current European champion, Ramon de Grange of France, to start his climb on the male wall now. Momoka Oda going to take her new seat on the leader's chair. Very warm welcome if you are just joining us to the finals here in Mokpo of the Lead World Cup with the IFSC. And just to get you all excited, it is Ramon de Grange's birthday today. So send in some support on the Twitter. You can do so using the hashtag, the bottom right hand corner of your screen. Vavasuvius Prime asking, Verhoeven, any relations to Jorg? No. The answer to that question. Not that I know of. One of them's from the Netherlands, the other one's from Belgium. Jonas Skroth getting in there saying sister. I don't believe that's correct. Anak Verhoeven is not Jorg's sister. Sheila shouting out to Momoka, saying a fantastic climb there from her. Wasn't it just? Firing up and ahead there, taking the top spot. Fantastic to send him home with a medal after this competition. You remember his reaction from the European Championships in Chamonix earlier this year. (31 years old), world ranked 5th, World Cup ranked 6th so far this year, 5th at Perm this year, 4th at Purs, 8th at Imst, that gold medal at Chamonix, the European Championships as well. Update from Mr. John Ellison, saying coffee, climbing and positive results. All is fine, thanks to everyone. Thanks. And we are heading towards £140,000 in just 8 months of Climbers Against Cancer. That's awesome. In the traditional sense of the word. Come on, shaking out here a little bit before he's going to start coming down onto that pinch. Using it as a foothold at the moment. Left foot on the bubble ball just below him. Got the pinch now, going to start moving over to the right hand side, this traverse section. Crowd in a mixture of hushed concentration at the moment, waiting to see what's about to happen here as Romain Desgrange moves across again and again, out with the right twice. That's the 43rd he's got at the moment. That's the 44th with the left hand. 45th now. 45th hold, falling on that one, which leaves Sachi at present at the top. Still Sachi Ama at the moment. Still have Schubert and McCall yet to climb. We're going over to Austria next with Schubert, after we go firstly back over to the women and welcome one of our tied first place position athletes, throughout this competition in Mokpo. 2 tops in the qualification rounds, a top again earlier today in the semi-finals. Both of those athletes, Kim Jae-in and Mina Markovic. You probably heard the commentator getting pretty excited there, the crowd getting behind her as well. Round of applause, big name over here in Korea. Kim Jae-in comes out to join us. Are we going to see our first top of the finals here? It's exciting. Are you excited? I'm excited. John is excited next to me on the desk. Even the DJ just nodded. So, Momoka Oda with the current high point of 59 then. Which means that our current podium is Momoka Oda in the gold medal position, 59. Ellen Janiko at the moment due to countback. She is tied with Anak in the silver medal position with a 55 plus, and Anak Verhoeven with a 55 plus as well, putting her in the bronze medal position now in her second final ever on a senior circuit. 2 more athletes still left to climb. Momoka Oda guaranteeing herself at least a bronze medal here at the competition. The World Cup. ...25 years old, Kim Jae-in. From Gangbuk-gu, Seoul. World ranked number 1, World Cup ranked number 1. She was second at the end of last year's World Cup rankings. She was second at the end of 2011's World Cup rankings. So far this year, gold medals at Perm, Purs and Briançon. A bronze medal at Imst this year as well. Winner here last year, the double Korean gold medal between Min Hyun-bin and Kim Jae-in for Mokpo 2012. Min Hyun-bin currently sitting in second place position, the silver medal after Sachi's just come through. That's what I'm being told at the moment. I don't know the exact time difference between the 2 of them. Kim Jae-in, a chance to reclaim her title for another year running here at Mokpo and secure a little bit more of that lead against Mina Markovic on the world rankings. Hannah Wunsch getting excited, saying, come on. Heel hook here. That's the 32nd hold she's just taken there. She's gone up again to the 33rd with the left hand. 4 minutes, 57 seconds still left on the clock. Still 5 minutes yet to go, and she's well into this already. Very aware of the time then. You can clearly see that's an issue for her between herself and Mina Markovic. They're very friendly, they get on, the 2 of them. Saying at one of the previous World Cups, it's been really nice to see the 2 of them chatting in the observation time before they start their climbs. The 2 of them more and more frequently are to be found together during the observation period, discussing how they're going to attack the routes. Also quite often with Momoko Oda in the background. So they're obviously all getting something right, because they've done again here what they've been doing recently, with the three of them fighting for the medals, dividing them between them. But as her and Mina are both tied all the way back on countback, they're both going to be very aware that they need to make a fast climb here. 3 minutes 55 seconds left on the clock for Kim. Ale from Ivana for Jaehan Kim. Just to clarify for some people out there that might get a bit confused why I mix and match Kim Jae-in's name all the time, why it does say Jaehan Kim on the bottom of it, why I say Kim Jae-in, and for example Min Hyun-bin as opposed to Hyun-bin Min. And that's because that's the way that the Koreans say their names. You might hear the local compares over here in Mokpo. Family name first, and then their given name after it. It's basically the equivalent of somebody from the Western world coming over here and them using your last name first all the time. I imagine that might get a little bit annoying for some people. If people were calling me Finn Daniel all the time, I might get a little bit annoyed. So for the Koreans, I tend to say the family name first, despite the fact that yes, her given name is Jae-in. Still very controlled here at this point, as always. It's the 49th that she's just taken there with the right hand, reaching round now, bypassing the 50th hold, going straight to 51. She's got a hand on 51 now. That's 54. .56. Now she starts to challenge Momoko Oda. A slip there, that was one of the first times I've seen that from her. That was a miscalculation. Wasn't quite comfortable enough to rely on that there, but this is her moving into the gold medal position. As we're used to seeing, that could have been a very shocking change there for us, but no, she carries on. She pushes forward yet again, and she reaches up towards the 60th hold. She will match on this. 61st then. That's the 60-61 mark. She's just taken 61. She's 3 moves away here, 3 holds away from a top. Kim Jae-in for Korea. Up again. Pressure back on Mina Markovic. One hand. When she clips, second hand with 55 seconds left to go. With 55 seconds left to go, and that's where the important thing comes here. New gold medal position here for Kim Jae-in. Giving us our first top of the competition. Incredible athlete. Still showing us how it's done every single time. Kim Jae-in. Here she is down on the ground again then with 55 seconds left on the clock. That was when she put that final little clip in and got both the hands up onto that top position before coming down. And that's the important thing. We need to be watching that as we now go over to Jakob. Once we go back over to the women's in a little while, we will be with Mina Markovic, and she has to, if she's going to top, she has to do it with a little bit more time left as they're completely tied on countback. We'll see how that works out in a little while. For now, though, your world champion enters the stage, Jakob Schubert, world champion from Paris last year. Merci.
멋진 성적을 보여주었습니다. 러시아 파브체 열린 경기에서 2위를
So Schubert, our second to last male athlete out to climb this, the 8C difficulty route with 51 holds on it for the men. A mix between physical and technical moves, just like it is for the women's. There's Kim Jae-in sitting and waiting, chatting on the side as Jakob starts his climb. High point currently for the male athletes rests with Sachiyama with a 46 plus, also with Min Hyun-bin with a 46 plus as well. But I think due to time, that it's divided the two of them. Jakob, 22 years old, from Innsbruck, world ranked #1, also our world champion at the moment, World Cup ranked so far this year in 2nd place on the World Cup. Took the silver medal at Perm just recently, the gold medal at Purs, bronze medal at the men's bouldering European Championship in Eindhoven, silver medal at Imps for the lead World Cup there as well. It's so hard because he just chops and changes all the time. He does bouldering and lead, both of which he medals at frequently. Just looking at previous results of him, I'm never sure what I'm reading out, whether that was a boulder comp or a lead. I have to keep refreshing my memory. A gold medal earlier this year at Kitzbühel, if you remember that, the final for the bouldering there, that was fantastic. He had to come out and reclimb a block at the final stage in Kitzbühel on home turf. Due to some issue with the first time that he'd done it, he was given some extra time, or the remaining time that he would have been allowed, to come back out and re-attempt topping this other block that was really difficult. It cost everyone else their positioning, and also it was for the gold medal. And he came out and he managed to do it again. It was a fantastic final. If you did miss it, you can of course find it on YouTube. Ben Scott asking, has McCall gone? Or did he make it? He did more than make it. He was the only male athlete in the semi-finals to manage to top the semi-final route. Sean McCall currently sitting in 1st place position, qualifying for the finals. We have Jakob Schubert at the moment. Back over for Mina Markovic's chance to challenge Kim Jae-in, and then back over again to see if Sean McCall can stay true to form after the incredible performance in the semi-finals. Is he going to be able to do the same thing again here? Even if Jakob tops, if Sean comes out and does the same thing and he manages to top, the gold medal is his. That's what we're waiting for. Plenty more still to come. So there on that angle you could see the winner's chair at the moment, the leader's chair rather, as Sachiyama down on the ground watching Jakob climb. Jakob moving very fast at the moment as well. Plenty of time left here for him. 3.5 minutes. Well over the halfway point here. Just about to start moving into the traverse. .51 holds all in all. Jakob now on the 37th. Sorry, 35th. 35th. He's about to reach for the 36th. Total of 51, 8C level difficulty. Nice movement here as well onto the pinch. Sitting onto the bubble ball before he's going to start moving across again now. Oh, there we are. I had myself confused. Our clock counts up, their clock counts down for some reason. So actually he's still got around 3 minutes left here, and he's currently sitting quite comfortably on the 38th hold of 51. Bit of a rest, a bit of a shakeout. And what Jakob's going to be relying on is trying to push as high as he can. And then not that he's ever thinking anything bad for Sean, but he's going to be hoping that Sean doesn't manage to top. If Jakob can top and Sean doesn't, then the countback won't matter. Up again, 42nd hold, 43rd now with the right again. Bit of an awkward positioning there for his legs. It was pushing him away. Switch them around now, getting them up again, pushing up for the next hold. 45th now with a heel hook there. 46th just slipping off. Unfortunately, that's going to give him a 45 plus at the moment, a 45 plus, which is not enough to challenge Min and Sachi at the moment, which means that Jakob is currently sitting in the bronze medal position with a 45 plus. Well, that's good news for Min Hyun-bin. That's at least guaranteed him a bronze medal here at the competition. Not so good for Jakob, because it means that when Sean comes out now, Jakob is definitely not safe in the medal lineup. But this is the moment we've all been waiting for the female athletes. It's the final athlete out now, the one of our pair of athletes that has been leading the competition all the way through this, the one that still remains to challenge Kim Jae-in's claim to the throne here at Mokpo. Mina Markovic of Slovenia. Now, to take the gold, not only has she got a top, she's got to do it with more than 55 seconds left on her clock, so she knows she has to be fast here. Both of these athletes will be well aware of the time. 25 years old Mina from Maribor, world ranked number 2 at the moment behind Kim Jae-in. World Cup ranked number 2 as well. She was world ranked number 1 at the end of last year. World Cup ranked number 1 at the end of 2012, and World Cup ranked number 1 at the end of 2011 as well. Previous results for this year then: 4th place at Perm, just missed out on a medal there. 2nd place at Purs. 2nd place at the Women's Bouldering European Championships in Eindhoven. Gold medal at Imst in the lead this year. Silver medal at Briançon in the lead this year. And another silver medal at the European Championships in Chamonix. 2 5th place positions on the bouldering as well this year, Kitzbühel and Log-Dragomer. Another one of those athletes that can multitask, taking part in the bouldering season as well as the lead. out of position now where she can rest. 40th hold, bit of a shakeout here. Pushing up here now. 4 minutes 14 left on the clock. .43rd hold. Getting up into this a little bit of an awkward transition here as she starts to move over to the left. Stepping in, and now she has to start moving down. Looking pretty comfortable though at the moment. She's got to be aware somewhere of the time here. She's got to be thinking about it. Up again here. That's the 57th. At the moment she's standing in good time to do this ahead of Kim Jae-in. If she can keep going onto this next point, she's going to go up to the 60th hold now with the right hand and then match it for 61. This has been quite a bit faster than Kim Jae-in. But she's got a top to do it. She's about to. That's the 63rd there. 64th. A clip away and one hand in with still 1 minute and 49 seconds left on the clock. Mina Markovic becomes our new champion of Mokpo, taking it away from Kim Jae-in. Mina with 1 minute 49 seconds roughly left back on that clock. She was nearly an entire minute faster than Kim Jae-in, which gives her the gold medal. Incredible performance there from her. And a smile on her face. There you are. A real shame for Kim Jae-in after an incredible performance. And now we move back over to the men's wall for Sean Mokpo from Canada. You notice the instant hush from the crowd there as Mina topped. A little bit awkward, but we'll move past it. Sean Mokpo now about to get started. A top from the semi-finals earlier today. This is the finals now. Just blew chalk off his hands and temporarily blinded himself. Not a good look before you're about to start your climb, but here we go. Sean, one of the fastest male athletes when it comes to climbing. He really does not take much time at all, powering through this one. 26 years old, from Canada, now lives over in Europe. He's originally based in North Vancouver. World ranked 6th at the present moment in time. World Cup ranking for this year, he's in 12th place. And the last time that Sean took home a gold at a World Cup event was in Zinning in 2012. The Lead and Speed World Cup there. That was the last gold medal for a lead event on the IFSC from him. He's had a gold medal on the men's bouldering so far this year in Log Dragomer, his first bouldering gold. At the moment he's in the lead, but he's got to get ahead of Sachi, 46 plus, and Min Hyunbin with the 46 plus as well. Even if he can get to the 46 plus, then the countback will be enough to see him on top of the podium, but he's got to get there. He's got to stage himself for this one as well. Physical and technical moves here, combining the two. Mokpo then currently up now to the 29th hold, moving past that straight up to 31. Now I did say at the start of this when we were chatting to Vincent that the way he was talking about this route as being that combination between the more technical side, the more powerful side, should be a kind of style that would suit Jakob and Sean. Jakob got himself in a bit of a kerfuffle a little bit later on there, didn't quite manage to push up and challenge the two top guys at the moment. Jakob is currently on the podium in the 3rd place position with a 45 plus. But at the moment Sean is breezing through this one. Let's just hope he doesn't have that similar situation to Jakob, just not feeling quite comfortable enough. A bit of a slip there. And let's hope he doesn't get too pumped from going as fast as he is. Pull the draw there, get it in. And so you guys can see the difference between some of the athletes. I think a couple of you are already saying how quick Sean is. He really doesn't hang about. This type of style, this really fast style, is something that he's only kind of just started doing, I've noticed on the lead. He did it in the last 3 or 4 lead cups that we've seen. I saw him do it at Arco and mentioned it to him. He's just bypassed 2 moves there and shot up to the next one. Didn't even bother with that first one. Popped straight up to the next. Reaching up now again. And that was going for the 46th hold from 45th. So I believe a 45 plus, which will knock Jakob off the podium and put him in the bronze medal position. Sean Mokpo takes bronze. It will be Min Hyunbin in the silver medal spot, Sachi Ama in the gold medal spot, if I am correct. I think that's right. Sean back down on the ground now, then just tried to breeze a little bit too fast. But as I was saying, it's one of those things that he seems to have just started doing. I've noticed when we were at the Rockmaster, actually, covering the lead at the Rockmaster there, he just started to really, really power through the moves. And it looks almost like he's overexcited about something, but he seems to have it completely under control, and it's kept him in good stead since then as well. It just won him a bronze medal. Perhaps should have taken a little bit longer before going for that next move, maybe. Don't know what you guys think of that one. Still, bronze medal there for him. Sachi Ama with the gold. Well deserved. And Sachi did say at the start of the year, one of the things that he wanted to do was to challenge Ramone for the top spot position. Well, it's not Ramone anymore. It's Jakob Schubert on the top of the world rankings at the moment. And Sachi wants to be back up there after starting the year in that first place position. And this is going to help him get there, this gold medal here for Sachi Ama. Sean Mokpo with the bronze medal. And you can see the relationship these athletes have. They just chat, they relax about things. They're all very friendly and they get on, they get down, they talk about how their climb's gone. Sometimes even during the event. Sean was saying at one of the last events that we were at with him that one of the things that he'll do personally is if he's got down off, even in a final, go and see the other guys in isolation while they're still chatting about something and say, oh yeah, this move is hard, try this one, or watch that move. It's a very sportsmanly and sportswomanly sport. It's one of the great things about it. So guys, that is pretty much it. Those are the guys. Those are our 16 athletes. In a moment we will have the award ceremony, so do stick around for that. We'll have a look at the results in a few seconds as well. And there you can see the women's, where we ended up here. Mokpo Oda taking the bronze medal, Kim Jae-in in the silver medal spot, and Mina Markovic back again with a gold medal here due to time difference. Climbing that route nearly a whole minute faster than Kim Jae-in. Still at around 1 minute 50 left on the clock, whereas Kim Jae-in 55 seconds roughly left on the clock. And here you can see the men's positions that they were reaching to as well. You can't really see it very well there, but that's because they are all at the same spot. Look, you can see that actually McCall is the one just below that. He's on 45 plus around that area, and you've got the 46 plus from both Sachiyama and Min Hyun Bin. So we're going to be getting ready with our award ceremony in a few moments' time. Let's see how everybody else did then. Let's bring that one up and have a little look at that. Well, here we are then. This is our top 8 athletes, and Mina Markovic, Kim Jae-in, both topped, but due to due to time difference, that splits the top 2 athletes. Mokpo Oda in 3rd place there with a 59 here, and Ellen Janiko 55 plus, Anna Verhoeven 55 plus, putting her in 5th place. Magdalena Rourke 45 plus, Akio Noguchi 45 plus, and Rita Ota 44 plus. So countback has decided quite a bit of things here, and so has time. And the same thing is true with the men's here, our gold and silver medal position being split here due to the time that they've had, as Sachiyama and Min Hyun Bin both had tied results all the way back from the qualifications to the semi-finals, and now Sachi in 1st place, Min Hyun Bin in 2nd place. Sean McCall takes the bronze, Jakob Schubert just missing out there on the medal, Ramon de Grange, Domen Schkofitz, Manuel Roman, and Stefano Gasolfi in the 8th place position with a 41 plus. Those are your finalists. Those are your winners of Mokpo 2013. Thank you very much for being with us. Get the word out, guys. Get onto the Twitter. Let people know where you're watching these things. Completely free, in HD, from all around the world with the IFSC. Thanks for being with us. And hold on while we get the awards ceremony ready before we say our goodbyes.
정말 멋진 경기를 보여준 우리 선수들이 시상을 하는 모습까지 끝까지 함께 지켜봐 주시기 바랍니다. 시상권 안내 말씀드리겠습니다. 스포티지 59 나의 5043, 스포티지 59 4 5043 차량 즉시 이동 부탁드리겠습니다.
마이크 있는 분 어디 계시죠? 마이크?
May I have your attention, please? The medalists for speed competition, please come to the call zone. Please come to the call room, please.
저기서 해야지. 하당. 오늘 하당이야. 좀 밥당 하나 먹고 싶어. 아침 맨날 빵에 먹고 씨. 야, 나 어제 일단 그럼 내가 이만큼 시원하게 한번 걸치고 택시비 형이 냈겠지. 내가 택시만 태워줬으니까. 딱 태워주고 잘못한 대입니다. 중요한 행사이고 중요한 사람이네요. 형, 돈 하도 쓰고 문자가 그런 거 형수한테 갔겠지. 바로 나가요. 한잔 나가자마자 걸쳐.
쩌리 동선을 해야 돼요. 저쪽으로.
음악을 몇 시? 그거에 맞춰서 내가 취해서 가면 되잖아. 9시만 하면 못 가겠네. 지금 7시인데. 딱 맞으면 딱 맞아. 오늘은 아무래도 지하로 내려가는 게 낫겠다. 야, 내가 연락을 할게. 알았어. 지하에
So guys, not long now, we are just getting the award ceremony started. We will also have the speed awards from the World Cup for speed, where I will hand you over to the local compere for that one, and then we're going to try and grab some interviews with these guys afterwards in front of the award ceremony board. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Controversial reply from Martin Schweizer here on the Twitter saying Markovic wins by time with elbows high in the air. Route was slightly too easy. Should be split by height and not time. Don't know what you guys think about that one. Thought it was a pretty good division for some of the heights. We were reliant on time as well. I know a lot of the athletes don't like the time situation. Taking a little bit of time to get the podium set up here at the bottom of the wall. We'll be going over to that as soon as we possibly can.
남자 난이도 결과표를 좀 사회적으로 갖다 주시기 바랍니다. 남자 난이도 경기 결과를 좀 갖다 주시기 바랍니다. 대한사랑연맹 이인정 부장님, 전남사랑연맹 이사장님, 국제사랑연맹 스프라레스 회장님, 박지원 의원님, 홀핑의 박도원 정무이사님, 시상대 앞에 준비된 자리로 앉아주시기 바랍니다. 이인정 부장님, 이상현 부장님, 국제연맹 부장님과 시장님, 박지원 의원님, 시상대 앞에 마련된 자리로 앉아주시기 바랍니다. 박도원 정무이사님. 대한사랑연맹 이인정 부장님, 박지원 의원님 자리에 계십니까? 조성호 위원장님, 박지원 의원님 좀 모셔주시기 바랍니다.
If you are just tuning in, here are the results as we have them here at the venue. Our finalists, our podium positions, Sachiyama, Min Hyun-bin and Sean McCall taking the medals in the men's lead finals. We are just waiting whilst the podium position is set up. And here is the women finalists and our podium positions. Mina Markovic, Kim Jae-in and Momoka Oda taking those there.
잠시 후 시를 시작하겠습니다.
마치 애들이 물을 먹는 거 본 적이 없어.
대회 진행 위원들, 필수 위원들을 제외하고는 모두 시상식 자리로 앉아주시기 바랍니다. 국제 스포츠 클라이밍 연맹, 대한사랑연맹, 전라남도 목포시가 공동 주최하고 전라남도 사랑연맹이 주관하며 주식사 골프인이 공식 후원하는 2013 IFSC 목포 클라이밍 월드컵 시상식 및 개회식을 시작하겠습니다.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This World Cup taking place in the beautiful city of Mokpo is co-hosted by the International Federation of Sport Climbing, Korean Alpine Federation, 전라남도, and Mokpo. It's organized by 전라남도 Alpine Federation and sponsored by Holping Corporation. Now, we'll begin the opening ceremony of the 2013 IFSC Sport Climbing World Cup in Mokpo. Awarding ceremony.
네, 먼저 속도 부분 시상이 있겠습니다. 먼저 여자부 속도 시상입니다. 호명하는 선수는 시상을 위해 무대로 올라와 주시기 바랍니다. 시상은 국제 스포츠 클라이밍 연맹 마르코 회장님과 본대 공식 후원사인 주식사 골핑 방도원 전무님께서 해주시겠습니다.
First, we'll give the award for women's speed. Please come to the stage when your name is called. And the award will be presented by Marcos Colaris, the president of IFSC, and Park Do-won, an executive director of Holping Corporation.
2013 목포 스포츠 클라이밍 월드컵 여자부 속도 3위 러시아 루포츠키나 울리나.
Please come to the stage, Yulia Rebutkina of Russia.
2위 러시아 가이다마키나 엘리나.
On the second place, Alina Gainamikina of Russia.
영광의 1위 러시아의 카페리나 이올리나.
Yulia Kaplina of Russia. And the award will be presented by Marcos Colaris, the president of IFSC, and Park Do-won, an executive of Holping Corporation. Please come up to the podium.
여자부 속도 3위 러시아 루포츠키나 울리나. 동메달과 수상보다 꽃다발이 수여되겠습니다.
For second place, Alina Gaidamkina of Russia. Congratulations. And last, for first place, Yulina Kaplina of Russia. Congratulations. 여러분 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
시상에 이어서 여자 선두 경기 우승국의 국기 개양 및 국가 연주가 있겠습니다. 모두 자리에서 일어서서 정면에 전광판을 향해 주시기 바랍니다.
Now we'll play the national anthem for the first place winner. Please head to the national flag.
속도 1위인 러시아 국기와 국가였습니다. 모두 자리에 앉으시기 바랍니다.
Please have a seat. 네, 여자부 속도 기념 촬영식이 있겠습니다.
박도원 전무님 같이 촬영해 주시죠.
네, 여러분은 여자 속도부 우승자들의 모습을 보고 계십니다.
네, 이어서 남자부 속도 부분 시상이 있겠습니다. 호명하는 선수는 시상을 위해 그대로 나와주시기 바랍니다.
Next, we'll give the award for men's speed. Please come to the platform when your name is called.
시상은 국제스포츠클럽연맹 마르코 회장님과 이 지역 국회의원이신 박지원 의원님께서 수고해 주시겠습니다.
The award will be presented by Marcos Toglades, the president of the IFSC, and Park Ji-won, the congressman of Mokpo. Please come to the stage. For the third place, Stanislav Pokry of Russia. Congratulations.
3위 러시아 포코린 스타니슬라.
For the second place, Igor Gruda of Czech Republic.
2위 체코의 로자 이보 선수입니다.
And for first place, the men's speed, rotation of China. Congratulations.
영광의 1위 중국의 정시신 선수입니다.
Now we'll have a photo time of the winners of men's speed.
남자 속도 우승의 국기 대항과 국기 연주하겠습니다. 당대 계신 모든 분께서는 정면에 중앙판을 향해 일어서주시기 바랍니다.
Now we'll play the national anthem for the winner of men's speed. Please head to the national flag.
해주시기 바랍니다. 다시 한번 이상 선수들에게 큰 축하의 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
여러분 지금 세계에서 가장 빠르게 오르는 세 선수의 모두 보고 계십니다.
예, 다음은 난이도 부분 시상입니다. 먼저 여자 난이도 시상이 있겠습니다. 호명한 선수는 시상을 위해 우리 앞으로 나와주시기 바랍니다.
Next, we'll give the award for Women League. Please come to the podium when the name is called.
시상은 역시 마르코 회장입니다. 고고시 정종급 시장님께서 함께 해주시겠습니다.
The award will be presented by Marcos Solais, the president of IFSC, and Song Jong-il, the mayor of the Mokpo city. For the third place, Oka Oda of Japan, congratulations. For the second place, Kim Ja-il of Korea, congratulations. And for first place, Nina Markovic of Slovenia, congratulations.
시상에 이어서 여자 난이도 부분 우승의 국기 개항과 국가 연주가 있겠습니다. 전에 계신 모든 분께서는 정면에 초청판을 해주시기 바랍니다.
Now we'll play the national anthem for the first place winner of Women League. Please attend to the screen on the stage. Congratulations.
국가연주에서 최우선을 했습니다. 전에 계신 분들은 모두 자리에 앉아주시기 바랍니다.
Please take your seat. 네, 사실은 김자희 선수의 조카와 함께 드리겠습니다. 여러분 큰 박수로 환영해 주시기 바랍니다.
아이니 힘내자! 화이팅!
네, 감사합니다. 다음은 남자부 나이도 경기 시작하겠습니다. 고정한 선수는 시상을 위해 무대로 나와주시기 바랍니다.
Next, we'll
안전하고 시청시청시 마르코 부장님과 대한사람연맹 이정장님께서 해주셨습니다.
The award will be presented by Marco Maria Solaris, the president of IFSC, and Im Jong, the president of Korean Alpine Federation. For the third place, Mokpo of Canada. Congratulations. And for the second place, Min of Korea. And for the first place of Men League 2013 Mokpo World Cup, Sachi Amba of Japan. Congratulations.
이어서 우승국가 국제대회와 후반 연락했습니다. 모두 자리에 일어서 주시기 바랍니다.
Now we will play the national anthem for the first place winner of Men League. Please head to the screen.
네, 축하합니다. 그래서 기념 촬영이 있겠습니다. 모두 자리에 앉아주시기 바랍니다.
Now you are seeing the winners of Men League of 2013 Mokpo World Cup. 여러분 큰 박수로 축하해 주시기 바랍니다.
네, 축하합니다. 네, 이사로 시선을 모두 마치고 특별히 국제 스포츠 클라이밍 연맹 마르코 회장님께서 본 목포 스포츠 클라이밍 대회 개최를 위해 많은 노력을 해주신 전남사랑연맹 이상현 회장님께 특별히 감사패를 증정하시겠습니다. 두 분께서는 앞으로 나와주시기 바랍니다.
Now we'll deliver Operation Play to Lee Sang-hyun, the president of Jeollanam-do Alpine Federation, by Mr. Marco Maria Solaris. Letter of appreciation presented to Sang-hyun Lee, chairman of Jeollanam-do Alpine Federation. On behalf of IFSC, in grateful appreciation for your outstanding contribution to the IFSC Climbing World Cup Mokpo Korea. I am very proud of the Korean climbing activities in terms of sport climbing. I hope to keep our good friendship and collaboration between us with love and gratitude. Marco Maria Solaris.
네, 큰 축하 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 부탁드리겠습니다. 모두 큰 박수로 맞아주시기 바랍니다.
Now the mayor of Mokpo City, Chung Jong-un, will deliver the farewell message.
존경하는 국내 기민 여러분, 그리고 각국 선수와 임원 여러분,
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, athletes and officials.
2013 IFSC 목포 스포츠 클라이밍 월드컵 대회는 이제 막을 내리고 작별의 아쉬움을 나누어야 하는 시간이 되었습니다.
Tonight, we come to the end of glorious 2 days of 2013 IFSC Sport Climbing in Mokpo.
3일 동안 수준 높은 기량을 보여주신 각국 선수 여러분들께 깊은 감사를 드립니다.
I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to all the climbers who were striving for excellence for the last 3 days.
선수 여러분의 열정과 굽힐 줄 모르는 도전 정신은 우리들에게 큰 감동을 안겨줬으며 여러분이 흘리신 땀은 우리나라 스포츠 클라이밍 발전에 큰 핵을 긋는 밑거름이 되었다고 확신합니다.
To the athletes tonight, you are true role models. You have shown us the unifying power of sport climbing, and that helps the development of sport climbing in Korea.
청명한 가을 하늘 아래서 여러분과 맺은 귀한 인연이 계속 이어지기를 기대하면서 여러분 부디 안녕히 가시고 우리 목포를 길이
Keep that spirit alive when you return home, and remember beautiful Mokpo along the way.
대단히 감사합니다.
Thank you very much.
네, 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 네, 다음은 본대를 위해 많은 분들이 수고해 주셨는데 그중에서도 특별한 한 분을 모시고자 합니다. 원래는 어제 개회식에 참석해서 축사와 환영사를 개회식을 예정했는데 국회의장이 너무 바쁘셔서 오늘 시상식과 개회식에만 참석했습니다. 박지원 의원님을 모시겠습니다. 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Next, Park Jae-won, the congressman of Mokpo, will deliver the farewell message.
환영과 환송 인사를 한꺼번에 해주겠습니다.
안녕하세요. 박지원입니다.
Good evening. My name is Park Jae-won.
이제 오늘 세 번째 월드컵이 목포에서 열린 것을 여러분과 함께 진심으로 축하하고 오늘 메달 수상자 여러분 그리고 모든 분들에게 감사의 말씀을 축하의 말씀을 드립니다.
Athletes, officials, and staff, I deliver my gratitude to all of you tonight.
이제 스포츠 클라이밍 이 종목이 금년부터 전국 체전 대회로 출전하기 때문에 스포츠 클라이밍의 저변 확대가 더 많이 잘 되리라고 봅니다.
The sports climbing is become national sport in Korea.
지금 우리 목포 클라이밍 센터의 부족한 볼더링 문제도 금년에 잘 해결되도록 내년에 해결되도록 예산 확보에 노력하겠다는 것을 약속하면서 다시 한번 축하의 말씀을 올립니다.
Here is the International Mokpo Climbing Center, and we'll build the bouldering park for next year.
감사합니다.
Thank you very much.
큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 정정도 시장이나 마르코 회장님, 박시원 회장님, 김사인 회장님, 폴팅 많은 분들께 감사의 말씀을 드립니다. Good evening, everyone. Waiting or not, the honor is decided by our content. Carrot counts for more than medals. With that, listen, I believe all of you did a fantastic job. Congratulations, you all. I want to thank entire team who made everything possible for this World Cup. You are the honor. See you next year, beautiful country in Mokpo. Thank you.
여러분, 선수 여러분 모두 한 명 한 명이 주인공입니다. 메달 획득에 상관없이 여러분이 모두 주인공입니다. 내년에 뵙기를 희망하면서 이 말을 마치겠습니다.
예, 감사합니다. 다음은 IFSC 깃발 전달식이 있겠습니다. 이인정 부장님과 마르코 회장님께서는 무대로 나와주시기 바랍니다.
To recognize the closing ceremony of 2013 IFSC Mokpo Sport Climbing World Cup, we pass on IFSC flags.
네, 본대 테이블을 알리는 IFSC 깃발 전달입니다. 모두 큰 박수로 받아주시기 바랍니다.
Please give them a big hand.
네, 감사합니다. 예, 다음은 국제 스포츠 클라이밍 경매 마르코 마리아 스크라레스 부장님의 퇴 선언이 있겠습니다.
Lastly, Marcos Colares, the president of the IFSC, will give the closing remarks.
I think that after this event, the good feelings we got last year and the quality of this World Cup have been confirmed. So we have additional reasons to come here again next year. Thank you very much for the hospitality. Thank you for the quality of the organization. We don't have medals. Medals go to the athletes, but we want to express our gratitude on behalf of the athletes. So see you again in Mokpo, Korea next year.
네, 작년에 이어 이번 해에도 아주 좋은 경기를 치렀습니다. 내년에도 그래서 반드시 오겠습니다. 목포 시민 여러분들과 한국 시민 여러분들의 친절과 호의에 정말 감사드립니다.
예, 감사합니다. 이상으로 IFSC 사법인 대한사랑연맹 전라남도 목포시가 공동 주최하고 전라남도 사랑연맹이 주관하며 주식회사 콜핀이 공식 후원하는 2013 IFSC 목포 스포츠 클라이밍 월드컵 시상식 및 대회식을 모두 마치겠습니다. 대단히 감사합니다.
Thank you very much. Now we come to the end of the closing ceremony of the 2013 IFSC Sports Climbing World Cup in Mokpo. Thank you very much for your attendance.
예, 부장님들, 귀빈들께서는 무대 앞에서 기념 촬영을 해주시기 바랍니다.
Now we'll have the photo time for those who organized this event happen.
이 앞에 지금 기념 촬영을 해주신 귀빈들께 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Please give them a big hand. Your athletes, the farewell party will be on the first floor of the accommodation following dinner. And also the winners who won the prize. Please bring your passport and get your prize and gifts on the lobby of your hotel.
애들 많이 쓰였습니다. 감사합니다.
네, 대한민국 선수단 잠시 앞으로 나와서서 단체 사진 찍겠습니다. 대한민국 선수단은 앞으로 나와서 단체 사진 찍겠습니다.
제가 산악회에서 주로 배웠습니다.
오늘 시상식에 함께해 주신 대한산악연맹 기관, 전남산악연맹 기관, 목포산악연맹 기관, 국주산악연맹 관계자 여러분께서는 목포 축산에 마련된 4층 식당에서 간단한 환송 만찬을 하겠습니다. 본대회에 참가한 한국 선수단은 시상대 앞에서 기념 촬영을 하도록 하겠습니다. 또한 각국 선수단들도 빠른 시간 내에 기념 촬영을 마치시고 준비된 버스로 숙소로 이동해 주시기 바랍니다. 다시 한번 안내 말씀드리겠습니다. 목포 축구센터로 이동하는 즉시 1층 식당에서 선수단을 위한 한송 만찬이 준비되어 있습니다. 모든 선수들께서는 신속히 기념 촬영을 마치고 숙소로 준비된 버스를 이용해서 숙소로 이동해 주시기 바라고.
안 보이네요.
또 본대에 참가하신 대한산악연맹, 전남산악연맹, 국시산악연맹 임원과 관계자 여러분께서는 목포 축구센터 4층에 마련하는 환영 만찬 자리를 함께 해주시기 바랍니다. 혹시 이 자리에 덕인중학교 교장선생님 계시면 무대 앞으로 나와주시기 바랍니다. 순서위원만 남기고 최재현만 남기고 목포 축구센터 환성만 찬사로 이루어지기 바랍니다. IFSC 감독관, 심판장, 축구센터 모두 국제축구센터 4층으로 함께해 주시기 바랍니다.
Good. I really like the climbing here and the atmosphere, everything. So yeah, it's nice to be on this podium again.
Well, you're clearly on top form at the moment. You've taken it away from Kim Jae-in. She was the winner from last year. She's coming back in this year, and you've managed to do it again. You've taken it away from her, the gold medal position. Are you feeling comfortable at the moment? Are you feeling on peak form? Are you feeling physically very fit and able?
Yeah, definitely. I'm feeling physically really well. Even trainings, everything is going perfect. Just sometimes on the competitions I do mistakes like last time, and then I know that I just need to get myself more and try even harder for the next competition. But it's good for motivation.
I wanted to talk to you about time and the time difference. You knew it was going to come down to that for this one. You know, you were tied in the qualies, again in the semis. You came into the finals. How aware were you while you were climbing that you had to be fast? Was it really on your mind?
Definitely sitting back there, I knew about the top, and even on observation, the route doesn't seem so hard. Maybe just one part in between seems a little strange to us, but the other seems pretty easy to me. So I knew that I need to climb it, but still I need to stay focused and climb it till top, because climb fast and fall doesn't bring nothing. So I just know that I need to do everything perfect.
Well, you managed to climb it nearly a full minute faster than Kim Jae-in did. Kim had, she had 55 seconds left on the clock. You had 1 minute 49-ish, 50. So you were a whole minute ahead of that one. Is there anything that you include in your training that helps you when it comes to a time like this, where you know you've got to move fast, even on a resistant route like this, a long route? Is there anything that you do particularly in your training to help you for that sort of situation?
Not really. Maybe I'm just used to climb a little faster. And if route allows this to me to go fast, that there are no like these places, and the route allows to move fast and just do everything as it needs, I don't find it pretty hard to just go. And when my resistance is on high level like now, then actually I don't need to rest. I just rest because it's fun and it's nice.
Well, Mina, that was an incredible performance. 2 tops in the competition in the finals, but you absolutely waltzed your way onto the top of the podium there. What's next? You on to the next one?
Yeah, sure. Definitely.
And for the rest of the year, we'll see you at Valence and Cran, obviously, Cran.
Yeah, definitely. I'm attending all the events till end of the year, and I'm definitely very motivated to repeat the performances like today or IMST and everything similar.
Mina, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thanks.
저녁 식사가 마련되었으니 목포 육수 호스텔로 가주시기 바랍니다.
Well, next up, guys, we're going to have a brief little chat to Kim Jae-in, our silver medal athlete here at this competition. So you're going to come across and have a bit of a conversation with us. I am trying to track down Sachi. The only problem that we have with that is that it's been so long waiting for the closing ceremony and for this board to become available that I'm not actually sure he's here anymore. Either that or he's gone into dope testing, as these athletes all have to go through vigorous dope testing to make sure that they are completely natural when they come into this competition. So we could have lost Sachi. He did know, we did have a chat to him to be ready for the interview. But for now, we're going to have a chat with Kim Jae-in in just a few moments' time. Well, I am now joined by Kim Jae-in. An incredible performance, another top. Did you like climbing? Was it good climb?
Yeah, today I got the top, semi-final and final. Also yesterday qualification to route. So I'm satisfied about my climb, yeah.
Do you feel like you're on good form at the moment? Are you feeling healthy, fit? You're in a good mindset as well for climbing?
One more.
Are you feeling physically healthy?
Yeah.
You feel good at the moment?
Now?
Are you feeling fit?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I feel my body condition is quite good. So yes.
What about time in the final here? Were you thinking a lot about the time and the fact that you knew, because you and Mina were tied and tied and tied, were you thinking a lot while you were climbing about I have to be fast here?
No. As you know, my climb style is not so fast, so I just concentrate about get the top. So, but it's a little bit sad is decides to about the time because is not so difficult like last week. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're the first person I've ever heard say I want the route to be harder in the
Yeah.
final. I don't know anyone that's asked that before. That's great. What about from now? Where are you going? Are you going into for the China tour as well?
No. Before the Ujang World Cup, I stay my home and train in my gym and go to for the Ujang. Yes.
And then on as well, we're going to see you in Valence and Kran at the end of the year.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you, Kim. Is there anything you wanted to say in Korean at the end to anyone watching at home?
이번에 한국에서 월드컵을 하게 돼서 응원해 주시는 분들도 많았는데 그만큼 저는 만족할 수 있었던 완등 다 좋은 등반해서 기쁘고 시간으로 이제 성적이 갈리게 된 건 조금 아쉬운데 앞으로도 완등을 목표로 계속 좋은 등반 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Kim. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was Kim Jae-in for a moment there as well. We have found Sachiyama. The excitement builds. It's fantastic. In a few moments' time, I'll be having a chat with Sachi. Well, I am now joined by Sachi Ama, our gold medalist here. Sachi, how are you feeling?
I'm really happy with my result. Yeah.
You started this year in first place on the world rankings, and you said to me at IMSHT that you were looking forward to battling it out with Ramone to try and get back up there again. Well, after this, you're definitely getting back up there again, another gold medal. Was it hard, the finals?
The final was start easy, and after the troubles, it get harder suddenly, like until they're easy, and then it start there from there. So it was hard.
Now, it was the same move with Min Hyun-bin, both of you on that one point there. What was it at that point that made you both slip as you were reaching up again?
What do you mean?
You were on the 56 plus point, you were moving to the 57th. What made you fall there? Were you just tired, or was it a hard move?
Yeah, getting the slope was really hard because right hand is here and right foot is really close, and that move was really hard. And when I get the sloper, I was almost finished, and then I tried to get it, but yeah, it was really hard.
So you were tired and you hit a really awkward move and it just brought you down.
Yeah, actually before 3 moves, I screamed like ah, ah, and then nearly fall, but I get it, the sloper, and yeah, like nothing, empty. My power was empty. So.
Did you know as you came down that you and Min Hyun-bin had the same score? Did you know that it was going to be time that separated the two of you?
Yeah, we talked, and we don't know what we do, but he was sitting there, and staff came to us and talk about it, so we know.
Well, you've already had a really strong start to this year. You're fighting all the way through this. This is another gold medal to add to your list of gold medals. Are you going on to China as well soon?
Yeah, I will join all after this, so yeah, I hope win again.
Any time to rest in between, or are you going training?
Yeah, until China, I have no time to train, so maybe train one day and then go to China, and after, I hope, climb on rock and then go to Valence. After Valence, I will stay in Innsbruck until Clan, so I can train there.
So you're going to train with the Austrians for a while?
Yeah, it's really nice to train together with them. Yeah, so.
Sachi, thank you very much. Congratulations and well done on another goal.
Thank you very much.
Sachi, cheers. Well, that about wraps things up for us here, guys. Thank you for hanging around up towards the end so we could have a brief chat with some of our athletes here at the venue. Sachiyama, another gold medal behind his belt. Mina with another one as well. And Kim Ja-in with that silver medal, unfortunately, due to time, actually, in the end of it. It's been a good one here in Mokpo. The organisation has been great. Thank you for being with us all the way through. My name is Daniel Finn. Thank you for being here, and good night. We'll see you next week for China.